Hi, again, I'm Kason. I guess this is week 2 of the guitar videos. So I guess just to go right into it, I'm gonna review what we did last week. So last week we went over tuning. I'm gonna tune my guitar right now, but I will try to make a second video about just tuning. So I'm gonna go ahead and tune this and just have it ready. And so again, the string names, the one closest to you, which should be the lowest sounding one, that's E, and then that's A, that's D, that's G, still a G again, sorry, B, and then E. Okay. Then after that, it was just basic positioning, so you'd hold the guitar how I am right now if you're sitting. If you're right-handed, you'll have the little groove, the little indentation on your guitar on your right leg. If you're left-handed, you'd have this basically flipped around and on your left leg. Okay. And then after that, basically just 3 basic notes on the first string. And the first string is the string furthest away from you, so that's the E. And so I have a chart right here that I had made. And so this is looking at it from how you would play. So this bottom string right here represents the string closest to you. So if you're looking down at your guitar, this is what you would see. So the string furthest away up top, so it starts with E, and then F, and then G. So you'd play the E on the open string without your left hand. And then on the first fret, you would press down, and you would have F. And then on the third string, you would have G. And so those were basic notes. And last time we basically just went over just simple like note changing, just going kind of back and forth. You could practice this more if you wanted. Just start with E and go up to F, then G, then back down again. So just you could practice that, different variations of that. And so that was pretty much the last lesson that I had. And so for this lesson, now we're incorporating the notes on the second string, which is B, which sounds like this. And that's the string not the furthest away from you. It's not the furthest away from you, but it's just one closer. And on the chart, it's this one right here. And so you'll play that one and get B. And the hand shapes are the exact same as the other notes. So on E, you had F and G. And on this one, if you move just one down, you have B, and then put your first finger on the first fret, and then you have C, and then you put your third finger on the third fret, and then you have D. And so that shows this on the chart. So playing all of these notes, you would have the open B, and first finger on the first fret, and then up onto the third fret, and then going up one string furthest away from you, you'd have E, and then F, and then G. And so those are just pretty much all the notes that we've learned so far. And so again, you have B, C, D, E, And so we're going to go through that one more time, but I'm going to have it zoomed in on my fingers so you can actually see what I'm doing. So not the furthest string away from you, but the next one closest, you'll just play that without pressing anything, and that'll be B. And then you take your first finger, your index finger, and you'll place it on the first fret right there.
Which string are you on?
And this is the second string.
Okay.
And so you play that, so that's C, and then you go up to the third fret of the same string, and that'd be D. And then you move up one more string, which is basically just going one string further away from you, and you'll play that.
Can you show me what string you're on?
It'll be this string furthest away from you. And then you play on the first fret, it'd be F, and then going up to the third fret again, it'd be G. And then showing all those notes on the actual music itself, so it would look like this. So going up, this first note, it'd be, so on, I guess just to go over that again, on the staff itself there are 5 lines. I have this part filled in because I have two right here, so I didn't want it to get mixed up. But you'll basically have 5 lines with 4 spaces in between, and along that are all the notes. And so your first note, which is B, that will be on the line in the direct middle. And so yeah, that will be B, and then you go up 1 to where you're in the space. So you'll have B on the line, and then go up 1, and you'll be in a space. And so that would be C. And then going up again, you're back on the line, and that one would be D. And then go up 1 more, you're in a space again, and that would be E. And then going up again, on the line, that'd be F. And then going up 1 more, you'd be above the entire staff, and that'd be G. And so again, this one in the middle line would be B. 1 in the space above would be C. On the line above C would be D. And then 1 more up in the space would be E. Up onto the line would be F. And then 1 up above the entire staff would be G. And so if you were to read that normally, so as you can see, there's 2 4s here, and so that is basically representing the time for it. So it'd be 4 counts in 1 measure. And so all of these notes are considered quarter notes, so they all count as 1 beat. And since there's 4 beats in 1 measure, 4 of these notes would be considered as 1 measure. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and since that's the end of the measure, you just put a line coming down. Not the most perfect line, but okay. And so if you were to play that and you were counting with it, just you can count up to 4 and basically just go over and over, and that's basically how you would count in music. And so just doing that, you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then keep playing with that. And so if I'm playing this, so counting all of it, just basically going up 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go slower than that, you go faster, just whatever fits you. And so doing this now, so you could start off with just counting through it once and then continue from that. So I guess playing this, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And for that last note, so in this second measure, you only have 2 notes, and there technically be 2 more beats left, but you don't let that last note ring out because it's not that kind of note. It's a quarter note, so it holds out for 1 beat. So in that measure, you'd go up 1, 2, and then stop. You wouldn't let it ring out. Okay. And now I guess I'm gonna write down one of the, just a little exercise that you can do for this with just including the notes. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that. Okay. So I set up this little exercise, and this is just notes on the second string, so it's just B. And so first I'll just go over the notes that are on here. Okay. So going over this. So I already told you what a quarter note was, and that's just 1 quarter note equals 1 beat. And so in these 3 measures, you have all quarter notes, and then this last one you have a whole note, which that one you will let ring out. So you'll just let it ring out 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So before I play this and let you play it, I'll just go over the notes real quick. So the first note, again, in the middle line, that'd be a B. It goes up to C, down to B, then up into C again. And then the next measure, it goes up 1 more onto the line, and it's a D, and it goes down to C, and then it goes up to D, then back down to C, and then you come back down here, and then it goes back to that middle line, so that's B, and then it goes up into the space, that'd be C, then up onto the line, that'd be D, and then back down into the space would be C, and then the whole note on the line would be B, and you'd let that note ring out. So playing it slowly, I'm also going to say the notes that I am playing. So first one, it'd be B, then up, first fret would be C, and then let go again, would be B, then C, and then up to the 3rd fret would be D, back down to C, up to D again, and down to C again, and then back down to B, up to C, up to D, down to C, and then B, and just let that hold out for all 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'm going to play this in total, and I'm actually going to set up a metronome. And basically what a metronome does, it's just basically like a clicking sound. You might see them in like certain like movies or something where it's a machine that basically has a little hand that just takes back and forth. That's a metronome. But you can also just get an app on your phone. And so I'll set this up to... So right now my metronome is at 60 BPM, and BPM basically stands for beats per minute. And so 60 beats per minute is basically just 1 beat equals 1 second. So playing this, turn it up. So that's what it sounds like. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'll just play through this at 60 BPM. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That was just a little bit fast, so I'm going to put it down to 50 BPM. Okay. And doing that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do that one. And just going through it again. Again, it'd be B, C, B, C, D, C, D, C, B, C, D, C, B. And so I'm going to do that one more time. And this time I'll actually put it up to 70 BPM, so it'll be faster. You don't have to go this fast. You can go slower, and you don't have to use a metronome. You can just count. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and try to just keep it on beat with that. So right now it's on 70 BPM. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that's it. And so that's that exercise. And so now I'm going to erase this and I'm going to write down a new one. Alright. So now I have this next exercise written out. So again, I'm just going to go through this, tell you the notes. So the first measure is all quarter notes, and it's actually the same as the last one. So it goes B, C, B, C. And remember, B is the one right in the middle of the staff on that middle line, and C is just above in that space. Okay, and so going to the next measure, these notes actually aren't filled in, so these would be half notes, so they would stretch for 2 beats. So this measure is D, and then it goes down to B. And since they're half notes, you'd hold them out for 2 beats, so it would be 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. And then the next measure, you have C, and C again, so 2 C's in a row. And then you go up to D, and then down to C again, and then back down to B. And that B is a whole note, so you'd hold it out for all 4 beats. And so I'm going to play this now, and I'm going to say the notes out loud whenever I play them. So, starting with the first measure, B, C, B, C, D, B, C, C, D, C, B. And before I use the metronome, I'm going to count myself so you can actually hear the numbers and know where they go. So doing that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. And feel free to pause the video. You can just copy this. You can get paper, make your own staff. And to make a staff, it's just 5 lines, and you'll section it off with 1 vertical line going up and down to section off the different measures. And so you can do that. You can write this down. You can write down any of the previous ones, anything like that. So now I'm going to set up the metronome. And so I'm going to start this at 50 BPM, just so it goes slower. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that's 50 BPM. And again, if you have the metronome app on your phone, or just any kind of metronome really, you can count out loud if needed. You can just try practicing at different speeds, even if that's still too fast for you at all. Then you could slow it down, you can speed it up if you want, just get practicing. Okay. And so now I'm going up to 60 BPM, so it's just slightly faster. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that was 60 BPM, just slightly faster. And so I'm going to go up to 70 BPM just one more time. And play that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that's that. And so I'm going to write out a different exercise, and this next one basically includes stuff with the second string, which is B, and the first string, which is E. So I'm going to go ahead and write that out. Okay, now for the next exercise. So this one includes both strings, so that'd be B, and up to C, and D, and E, F, G. And so this exercise has all of those. So first, like all the other ones, I'm just going to go over them. So middle line, that'd be B, and then this one goes up to E, which is in the space up top, and it goes down into the space, which is C, then it goes back up to E, then it goes down just one to the line, which is D, and it goes back up to E, then back down to D, and then it goes up to F, which is on the top, on the line, and then you come back down to this measure, and these ones are half notes, so again, those last for 2 beats, and so you'll have E, so it'll be E, and then 1, 2, and then this one goes up to G, that you hold that out for 2 notes, and then the last note is also a whole note, lasts for 4 beats, and that'd be C. Okay. So I'm just going to play this now, so you can actually hear it. I'm going to say the notes as I play it. So B, E, C, E, D, E, D, F, E, 2, then G, 1, 2, and then down to C, which you'll hold out for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. So before I use the metronome, I'm just going to count this out loud so you can hear the numbers go along with it. And feel free to pause this and just do it on your own. So counting out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now with the metronome, we'll do that 50 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 50, so I'm going to go back up to 60, and go a little bit faster, and like I keep saying, you don't have to go this fast. Just count out loud if you need. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was 60. So now we're just gonna go a little bit faster. You can go back in the video to 50 or 60 if 70 is a little bit too fast, or if 60 is too fast, you can go to 50. And even if that's too fast, if you're still having a little trouble, then you can just count out loud and just try to get it yourself. And so 70. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So was that. And so that was all the exercises I had. And so just to go over the notes again, bring up the chart. And so again, starting from the lowest note, you have B, and then up to the first fret would be C, and then up to the third, D, and up to open string. An open string is basically just whenever you don't play anything, it's just an open string. And so that'd be E, and then first finger on the first fret would be F, and then third fret would be G. So you can go back, just try all that. You can get a metronome app on your phone, or for some reason you have an actual metronome, then you could use that too, or you can count out loud. So basically just go over those, you can just keep practicing. Again, you can write out your own music, just make a staff, which is just 5 lines, and then you'll have the notes within those. Okay. I think that's about all. So, bye. Make sure to practice. Guitar's not a toy. Be safe.